it. Use squat on your sit bones if that helps. Your eyes open or fix your gaze down onto one point. Can't hear me. Bear with me. Is that better? Good. Moving the thing. Okay, so get really heavy through the seat. Feel the sit bones pressing down. Let the hips open up. And lengthen up through the top of the head, shoulders soft. Upper arms into the sides so the elbows just hang down by your sides. And then let your palms be wherever's comfortable, either down or turn up. If you have a mudra that you like to use, chin mudra is the index and thumb touching. Go ahead, again, up or down. Eyes open or closed. Start to feel into the physical body. Notice any sensations that are coming up. Scanning around, picking up on the natural processes that are working, so tingling, pulsing, buzzing. Also acknowledging any areas of tightness, any injuries. Acknowledge any emotional tension that might be there. There's no need to react or try to change anything. Just scanning around and checking in. Notice your mood, your energy this evening. And then shift your attention onto your breath. Notice where the attention has moved to, the nose, throat, into your chest, the belly perhaps. And then observe the qualities of the breath and speed. And the rhythm. Does it feel regular or irregular? And now gently start to deepen the breath. We're working towards an even breath, so an even inhale and exhale. And we're just going to sit for a few moments to develop that breath so you can do a mental count on your inhale, whatever works for you, maybe 3 or 4 or 5. And then it's the same count on your exhale. We'll maintain this breath throughout the practice. When we're flowing through the sequences, you're moving with this rhythm. And then when we stop, take a rest, you come back to this rhythm. You are always welcome to rest whenever you need to, modify when you need to, and use variations that you like to practice. We'll bring the hands into prayer in front of the heart. And take a moment to consider your intention. So it's rather not the goal, but how you're going to get there, perhaps. Focus, clarity, energy, contentment. We'll take an inhale together. And send out your intentions with your exhale. Release the hands down. And we'll come forward to child's pose. We'll take the knees wide, sink your hips back towards your heels. And let your forehead rest. Take some forehead rolls on the mat or your block or whatever it's resting on to release the neck and the shoulders. And then coming to stillness, walk your hands over to the right side. You really reach your fingers away from you. Let the forehead rest down. Press the sit bones back towards your heels. Take a couple of breaths into your left side. And come back through center. Take it over to your left. Stretch the fingers away. Push the sit bones back. And breathe here. Hands come back to center and thread the needle. Bring your right arm through. Right shoulder, right side of the head comes down. And take any position with your left hand that feels good, either extended forwards or pressing the left hand in front of your face, or you can drape the left arm around the back. Couple of breaths. Bring the left hand forwards. Right hand forwards and switch sides. Left arm threads through. Take the same variation with your right arm as you took on the first side with your left arm. And deepen your breath. And release out. Both arms come forwards. Take a breath in, child's pose. Reach your fingers away from you. And then lift up to all fours. Wrists under the shoulders, knees under your hips. Spread the fingers wide. On an inhale, lift the gaze, let the belly sink down, touch. And exhale, round the back, tuck the chin. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, round. One more time. Inhale to cow pose. Exhale, round the back for cat. Now you can continue to move. Take a few breaths on your own with any movement that feels good. Eyes opened or closed. And then start to slow the movement down, come to stillness. Tuck the toes. And we'll press back to downward facing dog. Lift your sit bones up and back. Bend your knees. And then press into your hands and shift the weight back. So the armpits open up and the chest sinks down. And then slowly pedal out your feet. Shake out the head. On an inhale, lift up onto your tiptoes. Exhale, sink the heels back and down. Inhale, lift up onto tiptoes. Exhale, drop the heels down. Inhale, come up. And we're going to drop the heels over to your right. So you're on the outside edge of your right foot, the inside edge of your left foot, but the top part of your down dog stays just as it was. So equal pressing into both hands, square off the shoulders, and let the head go. Come back through center, lift your heels up, and drop the heels over to your left. Keep pressing into your hands. Shift the weight back, stick your bum up. On your next inhale, come back to center, heels up, curl forwards into a plank, high plank, or you can modify with the knees down. Take another inhale here, make sure the hips are not drooping, and exhale to bend the elbows, lower down onto your belly. Point the toes, press the tops of the feet down, look down, hover the hands off the mat just a little bit. 3 baby cobras. Inhale, lift the chest and the hands, any amount. Exhale, lower down. You don't really need to lift the head up. It's like you're being picked up by the scruff of the neck. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, feel the tops of the feet push down, pubic bone pushes down. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, come up through the knees or plank. Shift back to down dog. Take an inhale through the nose. Sigh out through the mouth. On an inhale, lift your right leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring the knee towards the nose. Lift it up a little bit higher. Then step the right foot through and release the back knee down. Low lunge, hands on the mat or on your blocks. Sink the hips, lift the chest. Pull back to half split so the hip comes directly over the back knee and flex the front foot. Inhale, you lengthen. Exhale to fold forwards. Couple of breaths here. And then rock back into that low lunge. We'll take a twist. Left hand under the left shoulder. Right hand reaches high. Reach up. Press into your bottom hand so you're not collapsing down and you're reaching up. Little back bend here. Look up, open up. Now release the right hand down. Anjaliasana, both hands lift up. And back out of the lunge. So the hips stack over the knee, shoulders over the hips, ears over your shoulders, and you reach up. Then you can start to sink into that lunge. And we're going to take a little back bend. So hug the belly in, lift the rib cage up, start to look up, maybe lean back. You shouldn't feel any pinching in the lower back. If you do, ease out. So you can take this as deep as you can or want to. If it feels good for you to support the lower back with your hands, go ahead. On your inhale, look forwards. And release the hands down to the mat. Step back to your plank. High plank or a modified plank. Take an inhale here. Exhale, bend the elbows. You lower all the way down onto your belly. Bring the fingertips out to the sides like spiders, elbows up, forehead down. Inhale, press into the fingertips, lift the chest, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up and bend your right knee. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up, bend your left knee. Exhale to lower. Hands under the shoulders, inhale, coming up through the knees or plank. Exhale, shift back to down dog. Use your inhale to lift your left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, hug the knee towards the nose, rock forwards, lift that knee up. Step it through and release the back knee down for your low lunge. You roughly want the ankle to be under the knee. Take a moment. Breathing. And we shift back to half splits. Flexing the left foot, wriggle the heel forward if that helps. Take an inhale to lengthen out of the waist. Exhale, folding in. Breastbone towards the big toe. Back into the low lunge. Twisting right hand down, left hand up. Reach up, lean back. 2 breaths. And release the top hand down. And Jalyasana, both hands lift up and you back out of your lunge. Relax the shoulders down, shoulders away from your ears. Deepen the lunge, any amount, not leaning forward, still reaching up, and take it into your back bend. Feel free to bring the hands onto your lower back. Couple more breaths. They're not just belly sticking out, bum sticking out. Hug the belly in, tuck the tailbone down. Inhale, look forwards. Release your hands down. Step back to your plank. Take an inhale in plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale for cobra. Press into your hands. Come up as high as feels comfortable for you. Exhale, we shift back to down dog through the knees or plank. Meeting in downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths. One more breath. Use your exhale to look forwards, step or a light hop to the top of the mat, and take a halfway lift. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, fold in, release. Shake the head out, yes and no. Now bring the feet wide to the edges of the mat for a squat. Bend the knees, sink the hips down. Grab your block if you want to perch on your block. And then push the palms together. Then you push the elbows into your inner thighs and feel a release through the hips and the lower back. You can stay here or move into crow pose. We're here for about 5 breaths. If you know crow and if that's what you want to do, go for it. In your squat, you can drop the chin down to the chest for a neck release. Couple more breaths. We'll meet in a standing forward fold at the top of the mat when you're ready. No rush. Head down, hips up, heel toe the feet towards each other. Roll out the wrists, sway it out, sigh it out. And come to stillness. Press the feet down into the mat, bend your knees a little bit. Inhale, reverse swan dive, rise up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Stabilize the breath. And remember your intention. Stillness, not fidgeting. Release the arms down by your sides, mountain pose. Feel the footprints on the mat, feel the crown of the head lifting up, chest opens. You're going to flow through a few rounds of sun salute A, moving with the breath. On an inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step or hop back to your plank. Take an inhale in plank. Exhale, bend the elbows to come down, belly or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, push back to down dog. Make your adjustments and come to stillness. 3 full breaths. Use your next exhale to look forwards. Step or a light hop to the top and take a halfway lift. Inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale to rise up, upward salute. And you're going to keep moving. On your next exhale, fold back in, forward fold, not speeding up. Inhaling for the halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step or hop back and go through your flow. 1 breath, 1 movement, no rush, no race. Meeting in down dog when you're ready. Settling in and taking 3 breaths. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Tip the sit bones up and back behind you. And remember that a little bend in the knees can be quite useful for the hamstrings and for your lower back. On your next exhale, look forwards. If you're going to hop forwards, bend the knees, load up your springs and hop, feet to hands. Good. Inhaling for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, rise up. And we're going to keep moving with the breath. Exhale, fold in. Use the whole of that exhale to forward fold. The whole of the inhale for your halfway lift. And there's a pause. Exhale, plants the hands and you step or hop back and go through your flow. No rush. Strong hands as you lower down. Really press the hands into the floor as you bend your elbows. We meet in down dog when you're ready. Couple of breaths here, let the head go. On an inhale, lift the right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, rock forwards, pick that knee up a little bit, step it through. Take an inhale in the lunge. Bring your right hand inside of the right foot and then push the foot out to the right side of the mat. Drop the back knee down, sink the hips down. So we're in a runner's lunge. You can stay in this position with the knee down, or you can lift the knee up. And then there are optional push-ups. So the hands release shoulder width. On an exhale, you bend your elbows and dip the chest and hips down. On an inhale, you press back up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale up. Exhale down. This is the last one. Inhale, come back up. And release the back knee down if it's not there already. Twisting right hand high. Now you can stay here. You can rest your right hand on your hip, or we go for the quad stretch, bending the left knee so the left heel comes in towards your bum. Maybe the right hand comes to your left foot. And if that feels tricky, not quite there, grab a block or something under the left hand. Yeah, and then your left hand is a foot taller, longer. Left hand down, right hand up or over, behind you. And wherever you are, let the hips sink down. Lift the rib cage, peel the right shoulder open. Couple more breaths. And then release both hands down, back foot down. We're going to take it back to a three-legged dog. Tug the back toes, lift the right foot up, give the right leg a shake out. And now you can choose. You can move through a vinyasa or you can rest. Down dog, child's pose, or flowing through. And you might keep that right leg lifted. Take an inhale through the nose and sigh out through the mouth. Meeting in down dog if you're ready to move on to the second side. Use an inhale to lift your left leg up. This can be done on all fours. Exhale, knee to nose, hug it in. Step it through and take an inhale in the lunge. Then bring your left hand inside the left foot. Heel toe the foot out towards the left side of the mat and sink the back knee down. Just set yourself up to start off with. So this is option one, just like this. Option two, with the back knee lifted. And either way, you can then choose if you want to add in the push-ups, using your exhale to bend the elbows and lower down. Inhale, press back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. One more time. Exhale, lower down. The hands really press into the mat. Inhale, push back up. The back knee releases down. Right hand under the right shoulder, maybe on your block. Left hand reaches up or can rest on the left hip. Option to add in the quad stretch, so pull the right heel in towards you. You could just stay here, still feel pretty decent stretch through the quad, or left hand to right foot. And keep pressing into your right hand. Take the weight or spread the weight out of the right shoulder. One more breath. And release, both hands down. Tuck the back toes, kick back to your three-legged dog, left leg high, shake it out. Choose to rest or flow through. One breath, one movement. Moving with the breath that you created at the beginning, or holding with the breath that you created at the beginning. We'll take 3 full breaths. Follow the inhale all the way down into the belly, all the way out. Inhaling, exhale. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Use your next exhale to look forwards, step or hop to the top. Take a halfway lift, lengthen the spine, open your chest. Good. Exhale, fold in. Take the feet wide to the edges of the mat, coming back into your squat. Palms press. Elbows press into the legs. The thumbs draw to the chest. And then not just collapsing down, there is a lift up by pushing into your feet. If you want to have another go at crow, go ahead. If you're thinking about it, give it a whirl. We're here for 5 whole breaths. And then maybe from your crow, you'll go into your tripod headstand. And then you'll flick back to your chaturanga and whiz through your vinyasa, maybe next week. Couple more breaths. Meeting in a standing forward fold at the top of the mat. Head down, hips up. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Bring the big toes to touch. Sink the hips down. Chair pose. Hips are heavy. Legs squeezing together if the legs are together. Bring the feet to touch so the whole of the inline of the legs are squeezing together for support. And open your chest. So if it feels tight around the shoulders, just bring the arms a little bit wider. Couple more breaths, sit deeper. Use an exhale to fold forwards. Step straight back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot through. Take an inhale. Use your exhale to drop the back foot down. Make your warrior 2 stance, and then the inhale lifts you up to warrior 2. Flip both of the palms up and look back to your left hand. Deepen the bend into your front knee. Press into your back foot and relax the shoulders. Look forwards, we move into side angles. So either the forearm is on the front thigh or the right hand is inside the right foot or maybe on a block. Option then to reach the left arm long over the left ear. And open up through the chest, through that left armpit. Couple more breaths. And press into your feet, rise back to warrior two. And straighten the front leg. We're going to move into triangle, shorten the stance if you need to, and then start to reach forwards. Make loads of space through both sides. When you can't reach, the right hand comes down, the left hand reaches up. Take an inhale here, puff up your chest. Exhale, turn the chest towards the side, maybe up a little bit towards the ceiling. And then check in with your neck. You can turn the head down, look forwards or up, whatever's most comfortable for you. If you really want to add on, the left arm comes by your left ear, keep pressing into the back foot. Right arm comes by your right ear, press into your front foot, lift up, not collapsing down. Good, strong through the legs. There's a lift of the pelvic floor and the lower belly squeezes in. On your next inhale, rise up, hands on the hips. Parallel your feet, Prasarita. Inhale, you lift and lengthen. Exhale, so you can feel this with your hands on your hips. So you start to tilt from the hip crease, not rounding the back. The spine stays nice and long. You can bend your knees, stick out your bum, then let the head go. Bring the hands down onto your mat. Bring your hands down. Think about the crown of the head coming down. Crown of the head down. Sit bones tilting up. But that bend in the knees is really helpful. Good. If you have a tripod headstand in the practice, we're here for a few breaths, so give it a go. In your forward fold, shake out your head, maybe a little sway from side to side. Good. On your next inhale, take a halfway lift. Walk your hands round to the top of the mat, you're back in a lunge, and step back to your plank. Go through your vinyasa or straight back to down dog or take child's pose. Reconnect to your breath. We're here for 3 whole breaths. Meeting in down dog or all fours if you're ready to move on. Use your next inhale to lift your left leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot through. Take an inhale in lunge. Exhale, the back foot drops down. Inhale, find warrior two. Turn the palms up and look back to your right hand and relax your shoulders. Look forwards, side angle pose. Even here, there's lots of space through both sides. Very little weight in that left elbow if it's resting on your thigh. Option to extend the right arm by the right ear. And there's a press into that back foot and you reach out through your right fingers. On your next inhale, come back to warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Adjust your feet for triangle. Then you start to lengthen forwards. Left hand comes down, right hand reaches up. Settle in here. There's a little bend in both knees, so you're not locking the joints. Adding on, the right arm comes by the right ear, optional. Left arm by the left ear. And then lift up a little bit more. 2 more breaths. You tuck your tailbone down towards the back heel. On your next inhale, rise up, bring the hands onto your hips. And parallel the feet, Prasarita. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tilt forwards. Let the head release. Bring your hands down. Bend the knees. Tip your sit bones up. And then bring your hands over to your right leg. The legs are going to stay in this position. You're going to bring your torso over the right thigh, kind of. Let the head go. Then you can start to straighten your left leg. Maybe you straighten your right leg. And the torso, the belly is turning towards the right thigh. Couple more breaths. Come back to center. Bend your knees. Bring the hands to your left foot. Turn the belly towards your left thigh and fold in. Then you can straighten your right leg. Work the left leg towards straight. 2 more breaths. Come back to center. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands under the shoulders, long spine. Walk the hands round to the top of the mat. You pivot your feet around and step back. Go through your vinyasa. Take your rest. Whatever you need at this point. Take 3 full breaths. Awareness on your breath, each inhale and exhale. And gently come forwards into a plank. Hold it in your plank, either knees up or down. Lengthen from your crown to your heels. Open your collarbones. Hug the belly in. Keep breathing. 1 more breath. You're going to use your next exhale to bend the elbows and slowly release down onto your belly. Good. 1 round of cobra. Inhale, lift up any amount. Legs are strong. Exhale, lower down. Extended wing. So you bring your right arm out to the side like half of a capital T. Press into your left hand and roll onto the right side. The legs can be stacked or bend the left knee and bring the toes behind the right leg. And it's a shoulder stretch. So if it feels strong, you can bring your hand, the right arm, right hand closer down towards your bum. If you want to make it more intense, you creep the fingers up a little bit and hold it and breathe. And the right side of the head should be on the floor. Slowly roll back onto your belly. Hands under the shoulders. Inhale for cobra. Exhale to lower. Left arm extends out to the side. Extended wing. Roll onto your left side. Stack the legs or bend the right knee. Adjust the position of your left hand as you need it. And breathe here. Roll back onto your belly. One more round of cobra, maybe up dog. Inhale, you lift up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, push up to all fours. Bring the knees together. Sink the hips back for embryo pose. So the knees are together if that's okay for you. If not, you can take them wide. Your forehead rests. And you bring your arms down by your sides. I like to hold on to my heels. If your forehead's not resting on the mat, then grab a pillow or something. And let the shoulders slump down. So that's a counter pose to the shoulder stretch that we've just done. Breathe into your shoulders. Breathe into that lovely stretch through the back. Bring your hands under the shoulders and push yourself up to sit. Take a moment, see how you're doing. Camel pose. Come up onto your shins. Tuck your toes. We're going to start off with a side stretch. Reach your hands up. Interlace the right hand round the left wrist like a bracelet. Inhale, lengthen up. And then hinge over to your right. The right hand pulls on the left wrist. Relax the shoulders, turn your gaze down. Inhale back to center, switch the grip, switch sides. Inhale back to center and bring your hands onto the lower back. Elbows pull together, chest opens, and the hips press forwards. Start to lift the chest up, then lift your chin up. Maybe you can bring your hands onto your heels. You're either with both hands on the heels or both hands on your back, not somewhere in between. And the neck is still long, not head just falling back. And the hips keep pressing forwards. And think about lifting up and then back. Good. Couple more breaths. Replace the hands onto your lower back if they're not there already. And straighten up. Bring the hands to the heart and sit down. Untuck the toes and take a moment. Breathe through it. Notice the sensations that get stirred up through that big heart opener. You're going to come forwards, bring your hands down, tuck the toes, Push back to down dog, neutralize the spine. You could pedal out your feet, sway the hips from side to side. And then on your next exhale, look forwards. Step or hop through to seated. Grab a block or a small pillow or something. If you have it, doesn't need to be huge. Just have it by you here. And come down onto your backs. Well, actually, stay there for a second. I'll demo what we're going to do. I'm going to use this flat setting on my block, so the lowest height, to come under the sacrum. So it's right on the sacrum, on my bum. It's not into my lower back. And you just nestle the bum down. And then the option is to extend the legs. So we'll get there eventually. So come down, grab your prop. If you want to use it, if it doesn't feel good, don't do it. And we're going to start off with or without your block under your sacrum, and take the legs up, take your arms up, roll out the wrists and the ankles. Flick off the water, anything that feels good, point and flex. And now draw your right knee in, interlace around the right shin, and extend the left leg along the mat. So if that leg long doesn't feel good for you, you can always bend the knee. And you're just using the weight of your hands to pull your right knee in towards you, and the weight of the left leg to get an opening, a stretch through the front of the left leg. Go ahead and switch sides. So the left knee hugs in and the right leg lengthens along the mat, or the right knee is bent. The feet can just be floppy. Use the weight of your hands, a little bit of pressure to pull the left knee in. And breathe into the front of the right thigh. And then bring your right knee in, give both knees a hug. And then your choice is to take Shavasana with the block in position, comfortable position, or whatever prop you're using, and take the feet really wide. Let the arms be wide out to the sides or even overhead. If that doesn't feel great with the block, remove it, or maybe try with your knees bent. Make any final adjustments that you need to be comfortable and still. Let the whole body be heavy. Feel supported. And let the breath be soft, back to your natural rhythm. We'll take a few minutes to be quiet. I will let you know when it's time to move. If you find that you are getting easily distracted, then choose your point of focus, maybe on your breath. I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. Or you could just mentally say in with the inhale and out with the exhale. You might prefer to work through a body scan, top to bottom or bottom to top. or tune into a sound. And then use that point as your focus, your anchor. Please feel free to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you like. If you're ready to come out of the practice, start to deepen your breath. Feel the breath moving in the belly, the ribs, into your back and your shoulders. Start to move your fingers and your toes. And roll out the wrists and the ankles. When you're ready, bring the knees in and roll to one side and make your way up to sit. Take the hands into prayer in front of the heart. Lift up through the crown of the head and take a moment to feel your practice. Feel the benefits in your body, the mind, the breath. Then take the thumbs to the third eye and remember your intention. Bow the head to the heart to seal the practice. Namaste. Thank you, everybody.